Have you ever wondered why some people emit a different energy? Why do certain people around you suddenly have inexplicable experiences, go through strange physical changes, or even develop skills they didn't have before? What you're about to discover might shock you. There are specific physical signs, real and measurable changes in the human body that reveal when someone is experiencing a true spiritual awakening. These are no coincidences. This is not imagination. They are documented biological transformations that occur only in those who were chosen. If you've been feeling something different in your body lately, strange sensations, inexplicable changes, or simply feeling like something is awakening inside you, then this video could completely change the way you look at who you really are. Get ready, because some of these revelations contradict everything you've learned about spirituality and science. 1. The awakening of the secret gland. Your body holds a tiny organ, no bigger than a grain of rice, hidden deep in your brain. In most people, this mysterious gland remains dormant throughout their lives. But when the spiritual awakening begins, something extraordinary happens to this ancient part of you. This small but powerful gland begins to change. You might feel strange feelings of pressure in your head, especially between your eyebrows. Some describe it as a gentle pulsation, others as a warm sensation that comes and goes without warning. These aren't headaches, they're completely different. The feeling is deeper, more meaningful, as if something in you is slowly awakening after a long sleep. When this awakening happens, your relationship to dreams is completely transformed. Suddenly, your dreams become incredibly vivid and clear. They begin to remember them in perfect detail, as if they were real experiences. Colors appear brighter, sounds feel sharper, and the emotions in these dreams stay with you long after you wake up. It's as if someone has turned up the volume of your inner world. But the changes go beyond dreams. They begin to feel things that others cannot. When you enter a room, you immediately know if something feels strange or is peaceful. You can tell when someone is lying without saying a word. Your energy speaks to you in ways you have never experienced before. This isn't imagination. It's your inner radar getting incredibly sensitive. The timing of these experiences often surprises people. They don't happen during meditation or quiet moments as you might expect. Instead, they come during ordinary activities, washing dishes, on the way to work, or even in the middle of a conversation. Her inner consciousness does not follow a schedule. It awakens when it is ready. Many notice that their intuition becomes almost frighteningly accurate. You know who's calling before you look at your phone. You will feel exactly which route you have to take to avoid the traffic. They are drawn to certain places or people without any logical explanation, only to discover later that following those impulses led to important connections or opportunities. Sleep patterns during this phase become unusual. You could wake up at the same time every night, often at 3 or 4 in the morning. Instead of feeling tired, you feel awake and peaceful. These wake-up moments are not interruptions. They are opportunities. Your consciousness expands and learns to function in different states. The physical sensations can be intense. Some experience tingling in the head, like gentle electricity flowing through their scalp. Others feel waves of energy moving up and down their spine. These aren't medical problems. They're signs that your energy system is upgrading itself. Their relationship with light also changes. Bright lights might suddenly seem too harsh, while natural sunlight becomes incredibly appealing. They crave time outdoors, especially during sunrise or sunset. Your body knows that it needs this natural light to support the changes within it. This awakening affects your creativity in unexpected ways. Ideas flow more easily. Solutions to old problems appear out of nowhere. You might be drawn to artistic activities you've never considered before: writing, drawing, music, or dancing. Your mind becomes a more open channel for inspiration. The most notable change is how you perceive time. Minutes can feel like hours when you're immersed in deep thought, while hours can feel like minutes when you're engrossed in something meaningful. Your internal clock begins to function differently, more in tune with natural rhythms than artificial schedules. As this inner awakening deepens, you'll notice that your sleep begins to transform itself in ways that are directly linked to the next big change your body is experiencing. 2. The change in sleep patterns. Just as your inner consciousness begins its transformation, your sleep undergoes a complete revolution. This isn't just sleeping more or less. It's as if your body is developing a whole new relationship with rest and awareness. The first thing you notice is that normal sleep schedules no longer work. You might have gone to bed at 10 and woken up at 7 for years, but suddenly that rhythm feels completely wrong. Your body begins to demand sleep at unusual times, and fighting against this new pattern will only leave you exhausted and frustrated. Many, of course, find themselves drawn to what feels like an ancient sleep rhythm. Instead of a long sleep period, you might be attracted to 2 shorter periods, maybe 4 hours at night and 2 hours in the afternoon. This is not laziness or sleep problems. Your body is returning to a more natural pattern that humans followed for thousands of years before artificial lighting changed everything. During sleep, your experience will be extraordinary. You don't just dream, you travel. These journeys feel more real than normal dreams. You'll visit places you've never seen but somehow recognize. You have conversations with people who share wisdom that stays with you when you wake up. Some describe encounters with guides or teachers who provide exactly the guidance they need for challenges in their waking lives. The boundary between sleeping and waking becomes softer. You might become aware that you are dreaming while you are still in the dream. This awareness makes you participate more actively in these experiences instead of just observing them. You can ask questions, explore different areas, or seek specific insights. Your body's need for sleep changes dramatically. Some days you'll function perfectly with just 4 hours of sleep and feel more energized than ever. Other days it takes you 10 or 12 hours and your body makes that need absolutely clear. Learning to trust these changing needs, rather than forcing a rigid schedule, becomes essential. The quality of tranquility you experience is completely transformed. Even short periods of sleep will leave you feeling deeply refreshed. It's like your body is learning to use sleep time more efficiently and get more recovery in less time. You wake up feeling like you've been recharged at the cellular level. The night becomes your friend in a new way. The quiet hours between midnight and dawn feel especially powerful. Many, of course, find themselves awakening during these hours, not out of fear or stress, but attracted by a sense of possibility. These quiet moments become precious time for reflection, creativity, or simply enjoying the peace and quiet. Your dreams begin to connect with your daily life in obvious ways. You might dream of a solution to a work problem and then realize that this very solution works perfectly. Or you dream of someone you haven't thought about for years, only to meet them the next day. The line between your dream world and waking world becomes much thinner. Physical sensations during sleep also change. You might feel floating or experience gentle vibrations throughout your body. Some describe feeling like they're made of light or energy rather than solid matter. These aren't terrifying experiences. They feel natural and peaceful. The temperature of your sleeping environment becomes incredibly important. Your body develops very specific preferences for coolness or warmth, which could be completely different than before. Paying attention to these preferences and adjusting your sleeping space accordingly will help support the deeper changes in your system. As these sleep transformations deepen and stabilize, they prepare your body for the next big shift, an incredible boost in your sensitivity to everything around you. By the way, if you're curious to go even deeper and integrate your shadows and light, check out the SIM Method ebook. It's a compact guide that can help you unleash your inner power in just 5 minutes a day. The link is in the first pinned comment below. 3. The transformation of sensitivity. As your sleep patterns settle into their new rhythm, your body begins to experience a remarkable change in how sensitive you become to everything around you. This heightened awareness isn't just mental. It's deeply physical, affecting every part of your being in ways that can feel overwhelming at first. Your skin becomes incredibly receptive to energy. When you enter a crowded room, you immediately feel the emotional atmosphere pressing against you like invisible waves. Cheerful places make your skin feel warm and vibrant, while tense environments create an uncomfortable heaviness that settles on your shoulders and arms. This is not imagination. Your body literally absorbs energy signatures from people and spaces. Synthetic materials might create an itchy, restless feeling, while natural fibers like cotton or silk seem soothing and necessary. Your body develops very specific preferences, and ignoring them leads to constant discomfort throughout the day. Noise sensitivity reaches new levels that surprise everyone around you. The buzzing of neon tubes becomes noticeably disturbing. Loud conversations feel like they're happening in your head instead of on the other side of the room. Background noise that most people automatically filter out, air conditioners, traffic, even electrical appliances, becomes impossible to ignore. Their ears tune in to frequencies they have never noticed before. But this sensitivity also brings gifts. They begin to hear the subtle emotions in people's voices, revealing their true feelings under their words. Someone might say they're fine, but their tone tells you they're struggling. Music affects you more deeply, sometimes bringing tears or overwhelming joy from songs that used to be just pleasant background music. Their sense of smell changes dramatically. Perfumes and artificial fragrances that have never bothered you before can trigger headaches or nausea within minutes. Chemical cleaning products become unbearable and force you to seek natural alternatives. On the plus side, natural scents such as flowers, herbs, or essential oils create incredibly pleasant and calming experiences. Food smells are becoming more complex and meaningful. You can recognize artificial ingredients just by smell, and processed foods completely lose their appeal. Fresh, natural foods smell incredibly appealing, while anything with chemical preservatives or artificial flavors creates an instant sense of rejection in your body. Emotional sensitivity reaches levels that feel almost supernatural. You absorb the moods of the people around you without even trying. When someone close to you is sad, that sadness settles in your chest. When others are anxious, your heart rate increases. Learning to distinguish between your own emotions and those you absorb from others becomes a crucial survival skill. This emotional absorption affects your energy levels throughout the day. Spending time with positive, peaceful people makes you feel energized and happy. Being around negative or stressed people completely drains your energy. Sometimes hours of solitude are necessary to recover. Your body treats emotional energy like food. Some nourishes you, some exhausts you. Crowds become particularly challenging. Shopping malls, concerts, or bustling restaurants that used to be pleasant now feel overwhelming. The mix of different energies, emotions, and physical sensations from so many people creates a chaotic input that your newly sensitive system will struggle to process. They crave quiet, peaceful environments more than ever. Their sensitivity to weather changes increases dramatically. They feel storms hours or even days before they arrive. Your joints might ache from rain, or you might feel restless before atmospheric pressure changes occur. Your body becomes a living weather station, reacting to subtle environmental changes that others completely miss. The intensity of this new sensitivity can be frightening at first, but as you adjust, it prepares your body for the next fascinating transformation. Dramatic changes in your body temperature that show how your energy system is completely recalibrating itself. 4. The phenomenon of body temperature. As your newfound sensitivity stabilizes, your body begins to experience one of the strangest and most fascinating changes, a complete revolution in the way it regulates and experiences temperature. This transformation goes far beyond normal physical adaptations and shows that your entire energy system is recalibrating. Your normal body temperature becomes unpredictable. Some days you feel cold, even when everyone else is sweating. Other days, you radiate so much warmth that people around you notice how warm you are without touching you. These temperature fluctuations don't follow a medical pattern. They seem to be directly linked to your spiritual and emotional states. The heat radiation from your hands becomes particularly remarkable. People are starting to notice that your touch is exceptionally warm or soothing. When you touch someone's arm or shake hands, they often comment on the pleasant warmth that emanates from your palms. This warmth isn't just physical, it carries a soothing, healing quality that others feel immediately. Their feet develop similar characteristics. Some notice that their feet get so warm that they can't wear socks at night, even in winter. This heat seems to come from within, as if an internal heater is being activated that has nothing to do with the outside temperature. It's like energy flowing through your extremities, turning them into heat sources. Cold environments affect you differently than they used to. While others tremble and feel uncomfortable, you might develop a natural resilience. Your body generates heat more efficiently and sustainably. Sometimes it surprises you how comfortable you feel in temperatures that would have been uncomfortable in the past. But these temperature changes are not only pleasant. Sometimes you experience intense heat waves that have nothing to do with the weather or physical exertion. This internal heat rises suddenly, often accompanied by a feeling of energetic movement through your body. It's not unpleasant, but it's definitely intense and impossible to ignore. Their preferences for clothing and bedding change dramatically. Heavy blankets that used to be cozy feel suffocating. You need lighter, breathable materials that don't hinder your new heat production. Your body demands fabrics and layers that can be easily adjusted as your internal temperature changes. The temperature of your sleeping environment becomes critically important. Your body develops very precise requirements for room temperature for optimal sleep. These preferences can change from night to night, depending on the energetic processes that take place in your system. Ignoring these needs leads to restless sleep and exhaustion. Emotional states begin to have a direct impact on your body temperature. When you feel excited or inspired, your body heat increases noticeably. During periods of deep meditation or spiritual connection, your temperature might drop, but you still feel completely comfortable. Your body becomes a thermometer for your inner states. Other people begin to react to your temperature changes without understanding why. They might naturally be drawn to you when you exude this warm, calming energy. Conversely, they might keep their distance if your energy becomes too intense. Your temperature becomes a form of non-verbal communication. Seasonal changes affect you less predictably. Winters might feel more pleasant than they used to, while summers could become overwhelming. Your body develops its own relationship to natural temperature cycles, which doesn't always match what others experience. This temperature transformation is closely linked to the activation of different energy centers in your body. As these areas open up and become more active, they generate heat as a byproduct of increased energetic activity. This warmth is a sign that your system is awakening and evolving on a deeper level. Adapting to these new temperature patterns requires patience and attention to your body's signals. But as you learn to work with these changes, they're preparing you for the next remarkable transformation, a complete redesign of how your senses perceive and interpret the world around you. 5. The change of the body senses. As your body adjusts to its new temperature regulation, perhaps the most fascinating transformation of all begins, a complete rewiring of your 5 senses. These changes go beyond simple improvements. They represent a fundamental shift in how you experience reality through your physical body. Your eyesight develops qualities that you never thought possible. Colors become more vivid and richer, as if someone had turned up the saturation of the world. They begin to notice subtle color differences that used to be invisible. The green of the leaves suddenly contains dozens of different tones, and the sky reveals shades of color that you have never noticed before. But the changes go beyond color. Your peripheral vision improves dramatically. You notice movement and activity at the edges of your field of vision that would have gone completely unnoticed before. This expanded perception makes you feel more aware and connected to your entire environment, rather than just focused on what's right in front of you. Their hearing is transformed in a similarly remarkable way. You begin to hear layers of sounds that used to mix into a single background sound. In a busy cafe, you can listen to several conversations at the same time, distinguish the clinking of dishes, footsteps of people, and even the subtle emotional tones in people's voices. Your brain learns to sort and prioritize this auditory information. Music becomes a physical experience that goes beyond hearing. You feel rhythms in your bones, melodies traveling through your spine, and harmonies that make certain areas of your body vibrate. Certain frequencies trigger emotional or even spiritual responses that are so intense that they can cause tears or shivers. Your sense of touch will be extraordinarily refined. Textures that used to be simply rough or smooth reveal complex properties. You can feel the energy of different materials through touch. Natural materials feel alive and nourishing, while synthetic materials seem dead or even uncomfortable. Their fingertips become highly sensitive energy detectors. Touching other people now carries a lot more information. A simple handshake can instantly show you if someone is stressed, peaceful, excited, or sad. They feel the emotional and energetic states of others through physical contact. This ability makes you a natural healer, as people instinctively crave your soothing touch. Their sense of taste undergoes a radical transformation. Processed foods begin to taste chemical and unpleasant. Artificial flavors become overwhelming and repulsive. At the same time, natural foods become incredibly complex and satisfying. A simple apple can reveal dozens of different flavors that you never noticed before. You develop the ability to taste the quality and freshness of food before you eat it. Your body warns you about foods that wouldn't do it any good, and attracts you to those that nourish it. This inner wisdom becomes a reliable guide for your dietary choices. Smells become a rich source of information about your surroundings. You can smell people's emotional states. Fear has a certain smell, just like joy or sadness. Places carry energetic signatures that you can recognize by smell. A room in which there was a lot of arguing smells, different from one in which love and laughter were shared. Natural fragrances are becoming a form of communication. Different flowers, trees, and even weather patterns speak to you through their scents. They begin to understand that nature is constantly sharing information about their condition and needs through these olfactory messages. These sensory enhancements can be overwhelming at first. The world is becoming a much richer, more complex place, with much more sensory information to process. Learning to filter and prioritize what's important becomes an important skill. But over time, these enhanced senses become valuable tools for navigation and understanding. Your new sensory sensitivity prepares you perfectly for the final and perhaps most surprising transformation. A complete revolution in the way your digestive system functions and interacts with the world around you. 6. The revolution of the digestive system. As the intense changes in your senses stabilize, your body begins its final and perhaps most surprising transformation. A complete redesign of how your digestive system works. These changes go far beyond simple food preferences. They represent a fundamental shift in how your body draws and processes energy from the physical world. Your appetite becomes completely unpredictable. Days can go by when you hardly feel hungry, but you still feel energetic and healthy. Then there are times when you have intense hunger for very specific foods, not just sweet or salty, but precise combinations of nutrients that your body needs for its energetic processes. Processed foods don't just become unattractive, they begin to trigger physical reactions. Artificial preservatives, colors, and flavor enhancers can cause instant nausea, headaches, or a general feeling of discomfort. Your body rejects these chemicals at the cellular level, as if it instinctively knows that they are interfering with the transformation process. Raw, vibrant food becomes exceptionally appealing. Fresh fruits and vegetables seem to vibrate with energy when you look at them. You can actually feel the life force in these foods, and eating them feels more like fueling up with energy than just satisfying hunger. Every bite seems to nourish you at the cellular level. Your digestion becomes both more sensitive and more efficient. Smaller amounts of high-quality food will satisfy you completely, while larger amounts of low-quality food will make you feel unfulfilled and uncomfortable. Your body learns to extract maximum nutrients from minimal food, as if it's adapting to a more efficient way of functioning. Eating becomes a meditative experience. They find themselves naturally eating more slowly, fully experiencing every taste and texture. Hasty meals become impossible. Your body demands attention and gratitude for the food it receives. This mindful approach to eating improves both digestion and nutrient absorption. Your body develops an amazing ability to communicate exactly what it needs. You might suddenly crave green leafy vegetables when you need minerals, or certain fruits when you need vitamins. These desires are not accidental. They are precise requests from your body for specific nutrients for its energetic processes. Water is becoming a critical element in a new way. Their thirst becomes more intense and specific. Tap water with chemicals becomes unattractive, while natural spring water becomes incredibly satisfying. You can distinguish the energy quality of different water sources by taste, and your body demands the purest water available. The timing of your meals changes dramatically. Traditional meal times can feel completely wrong. You might find that you're most productive and energized when you follow your body's natural hunger and satiety signals, rather than societal expectations about meal planning. Fasting becomes a natural and enjoyable experience. Prolonged periods without eating don't feel like deprivation, but like opportunities for your body to cleanse and renew itself. During these times, you often feel clearer and more spiritually connected, as if the lack of physical food would make room for other types of food. Your relationship with stimulants changes completely. Caffeine can become overwhelming and cause anxiety or heart palpitations where there used to be energy. Alcohol loses its attraction and can even cause unpleasant reactions. Your body prefers natural sources of energy and relaxation. The emotional aspect of eating becomes incredibly important. You can taste the emotions and intentions of those who prepared your food. Meals prepared with love nourish you in ways that go beyond nutrients, while hasty or annoying cooking makes the food less satisfying. They begin to understand that food carries both emotional and physical nourishment. This digestive transformation is closely linked to all the other changes you've experienced. Your body becomes a finely tuned instrument that seeks to bring all aspects of your well-being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, into harmony. The way you nourish yourself becomes an integral part of your spiritual path. These 6 bodily transformations work together to create an entirely new mode of being. They are not just signs of awakening. They are the tools through which your awakened consciousness operates in the physical world. Each change supports and amplifies the others, creating an integrated system of heightened awareness and connection with the world around you.